Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Bashed out a very quick update this morning. It's 2 minutes long. Check it out. It's a nice battle and shows you what happened before this. So I'll let you know, though, there was a couple of big stacks from Poland. They had like 9 troops and 1 main battle tank, and I've just been shelling them all night with a rocket launcher and a couple of ships, and then managed to get all my ships round. And I think if I look at the kill rate on some of my ships, I've got 8 when I tap on my destroyers and 1 on the frigate. So it looks like the destroyers did the heavy lifting, and then the rocket launchers showing 1 kill as well. So it looks like the destroyers probably did a decisive blow each time. I reckon I probably took out, a good 9 troops and either the battle tank or it's very badly damaged. 5 destroyed on this destroyer, but then I've been papping away at some of these islands as well, haven't I? So not 100% sure what I killed, but I've done a hell of a lot of damage. It was overnight and all day today as well. And I've cracked into Yugoslavia's capital with my big stack. Oh, I can sell that army building and sell that army base. Won't need it. Oh, I've just built some mobile anti-air somewhere. Here it is. Okay, this is a very nice thing to have. I'm going to move that up. So it's anti-air, and it gives me 4.5 attack against helicopters and defense. So I don't know what the radius is. What's the radius? Attack range 26. Cool, that's pretty slim. So they have to come right in, but it's still a bit of a range. Let's get this over straight away. And I'm afraid my main stack's a bit battered. Jonathan, did you see anything of the action over the last, from overnight till today, till now?
Been watching what's going on around Timisoara. You gradually shooting down that stack, and you said a few of his tanks tried to cross the river. What happened with that?
Oh God, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Poland, but now thinking about it, it's possible that it was Yugoslavia. So it's difficult to say because I was out and about actually meeting you today, and I didn't have much time to get onto the game. And every time I go on the game on my mobile, it chunks off about 20% of the battery, and so I could only dip in and just have quick looks because we're doing a family thing. And so it was tricky. But I saw it was somewhere around this where the image of this stack is 3 main battle tanks, and I'm pretty sure a couple of troops. In a transport going straight for my ships, and they were just chunking them down, and I don't know what happened. I presume they took them out. So that's pretty nice to have taken out such a hefty stack. I've taken out some big units, which has definitely bought me time, and now's the time to go into Timisoara. However, it was also the time to get New Yugoslavia out of the way, because I was going to have to go into them no matter what. Have to go past them to get to Poland, so I had to go to war against them. And if I go to war against Yugoslavia, I want to cripple them, and because I've already sort of really quite badly damaged Poland, I thought that would give me the chance to then go into Yugoslavia. So I've taken their capital, and if we have a look at my main stack, it's pretty badly damaged. I'm sending a mobile SAM back to base with 1.1 health, and then the rest of the stack, I lost a Sheridan tank. The rest are at 3/4 health, so that's a result. And they're about to get upgraded as well. They're 18 minutes away from an upgrade to go to level 2, and that's really, really important. And that's why I didn't want to go after Poland straight away with them, because they now double their helicopter attack to 2 from 1. So that's really important. They're going to be a lot more defensible against his air, which is pretty much all he's got left at the minute. Although, the thing is, because I'm presuming I took out like 9 troops and 4 main battle tanks at best. At worst, maybe 3 main battle tanks and 5 troops or something. Troops are really quite cheap and easy to crack out again, aren't they, Jonathan?
Yeah.
So
still less than 1,000 for supplies and components.
Might take him 2 or 3 days to re-establish his supplies, so it's bought me a bit of time, but not a lot. I've got a motorised infantry and a combat recon that I need to send home at some point to recover, and then ideally I need to send my Sheridan tanks, my 2 tank destroyers back home to recover as well. So I've got a bit of a consolidation phase in Yugoslavia, a bit of a fight on my hand against two very strong players, actually. So what happened in New Yugoslavia was that I hit a stack of 2 or 3 troops, and it was like 2 main battle tanks. And I was like, oh God, should I go into these? And I thought, yes, I'll do it. And then he sent another main battle tank and a troop at me, and I was able to reinforce with another tank destroyer, and I've taken this damage. Now, if we have a look at the stats, it was in an urban environment, so I had no debuffs on my tanks. But my tank destroyer, I got plus 50% defense, plus 25% attack, and the others don't matter because that was the main part of the stack. But if we have a look at the main battle tank, and I was hoping from memory they get debuffed, so we're going to see now. Yeah, there we go. In urban environments, they get minus 25% attack, minus 25% defense on the main battle tank. So because I had that in my head, I thought, even though they get a 25% entrenchment bonus for being in a city, that's going to get wiped out, and some, by those debuffs. What do you think, John?
Yeah, that sounds like a very good logic. Although his entrenchment bonus would apply to all of his troops, yours would only apply to your fighting vehicles. But I think on numbers you just had more troops than him as well, didn't you? So that's the main thing. Just go in with more stuff.
Yeah, 5 Sheridan tanks with 8 against troops, 5 against tanks, and then a tank destroyer. And yeah, it helped that his tanks were debuffed a bit and mine were buffed. It all helps with the balance of things. Now, I'm going to hold his capital, and I'm going to go on and try and take these 2 coastal cities. The main reason is that he's got a couple of naval bases, and now I am in quite severe danger of being attacked by the sea. I presume that he's going to have some boats. So I'm sending some of mine round. I'm sending a destroyer and a frigate, and then I'm going to send to this area here, just to have a look around, make sure I keep my home cities safe. I've got a frigate heading to Samsung, and then I'm going to keep a frigate and a destroyer in this bay because it was so incredibly useful. I mean, they totally saved my hide. It was the ships, really, and you know, the rocket launcher helped greatly. Now I've got 2, there's 1 backing it up. So I have a rocket launcher sit on the capital, rocket launcher sit in Belgrade. I was able to get a bunker as well built in Belgrade overnight just to help defend the stack if Poland sent their big stack round or any more units round. And of course, having a frigate in the sea here in the river gives me a bit of anti-air against the choppers as well, which I think he's a bit scared of, doesn't quite realise it doesn't do much damage, because the frigate against choppers, it's 1 damage, it's not a lot. So that's where we are at the minute. There's a bit more to talk about around there, but what's been happening with you, Jonathan?
I've been pushing into Algeria even more. I've gone right to the west coast, Tindouf. I'm actually a couple of minutes from attacking one of their cities. I hung back a bit because they've just got a couple of combat recons and motorized sitting on there. But what I'll do now is try to initiate the attack. It says it's about 20 minutes out, but what you can do is just press move again to reconfirm it to the stack. So do you see where I'm looking in Tindouf?
Yes, we're right on top having a look.
Okay, so it hasn't quite triggered it, so he's not close enough yet. 19 minutes out, and then press attack on him. No, it's not going to work right now. But if I was like 10 minutes or so away from it, and I tried to move away or engage, then it would automatically start the first encounter. Just I think that's a mechanism that's in place to stop you running away if you see, crap, I'm going to be in a bit of danger.
Yeah, no, I've seen that before. Well, yeah, you'll probably be able to engage him pretty soon. So, yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's pretty nice dynamic if you got, you know, if you're too impatient for the 10 minutes to come. Oh, what's happened over here? You've had an incursion from Cameroon.
Where?
Near the Mozambique capital. Is that right?
Well,
Above, just inside your front line near the Mozambique capital, there are 3 Cameroon tiles.
no, he's always had land there.
Oh, has he? Okay.
It's something I'm keeping an eye on. So this was an artifact left over from when he was eating into the East African Republic. You might remember that I kind of set him up to do that, and he started in New Mombasa and moved like in a little counterclockwise circle. And these are the only provinces he has left. I have no idea if he's got any troops there. So it might be worth me sending down one of my radars.
Yeah.
I'm currently, as you can see, gathering some troops just north of there in Arusha. I'm starting to think about strategic defence against Cameroon and Mozambique. I don't quite want to invade them just yet, whilst I've still got some easy targets to take up to the northwest.
Yeah.
But I do want to start thinking defensively. And these key spots for me are going to be Arusha, where I can fly in planes to kind of hold the East African Federation's former land. There's this one province north of the Juba complex where you have to pass through to get between this dead zone and the river. If anyone tries to move up the river, I will spot them with my Corvette. So any lone troops, they'll get shot down. The Suez Canal is locked off. Then the next big place to consider is the Death Valley in Chad. So I'm currently upgrading my radar, as I talked about before. So he's just going to sit there for now and kind of defend my home city should anyone want to push through there. I'm going to have some troops on the Buzayama complex and some either on Kaga or on my victory site here. And that should make it entirely safe. But for the meantime, I'm also just going to have a lot of troops in the northwest and perhaps start pushing into Niger or maybe Morocco or the Shawari Republic. And each one of these is getting more and more condensed. Up until now, I've been traveling great distances just to get one city, but might start getting a bit easier for me now.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you'll be able to come, right up to Cameroon's west flank, taking over Nigeria, and then everything west of that. And I mean, if they don't attack you in that time, then you just raising more and more power and troops and resources to attack them. So very nice strategy. And they
if I was Cameroon or maybe even Mozambique, I'd be thinking like, right, what do I want to do now? Do I want to take on my competitor head on? So I'm obviously the biggest threat to them here. Mm-hmm. Or do I want to expand? And if I didn't want to take them head on, I'd be wanting to expand. And the obvious choice is Nigeria to the northwest of Cameroon and Niger. So, I mean, I would expect to be racing for this land and for Cameroon to be putting as much distance between himself and me as possible. So he's not doing that. So either he's a bit stupid or he is just focusing on a full frontal attack, gathering troops in the Death Valley. But we shall see. Yeah. I'll know a lot more tomorrow, and I'll probably feel a lot better if there are no troops sitting around.
Yeah, and you could use Niger and Nigeria as a bit of a buffer zone, so if you leave them till last and take all the other land, they may not feel as threatened, like there's more time left or something. I don't know. You'll have to see what happens with that overnight, though.
So I want them to feel threatened. Maybe the thing that's stopping them from invading me is the threat of them just being absolutely crushed. And perhaps that's why they're holding back. So if that is the case, then I want to sit right up against his home cities, just like I'm doing with Mozambique's capital down here. And then as soon as I've got no more of these easy countries to take, I will declare war against all three of them if I need to, just to progress and completely dominate Africa.
Very nice. I've just realised I've got money to spend to upgrade. I'll have to think about what I upgrade next then. It's been such a busy day, but very happy with what's been achieved. I need to really bash out loads and loads of units now and just go full offensive. I've upgraded an army base in Izmir so I can build more stuff. I'd like a lot more fighting vehicles, I think. Now I've got the anti-air to back them up. It would be nice to have 2 fighting vehicle stacks with tank destroyers and anti-air, and maybe even mobile SAM still, in case, because I think Poland might end up having some strike fighters at some point. I'm not sure. Oh, I'll get some more intel on them. Oh, and I've got loads of money, so I'm going to put more intel on their home city, and midnight tonight I should hopefully get the full perspective. So we'll do one more recruit. You can have up to 3 people on a city. Available 1, 3. Yep, that's done it. And then I could put a bit of intel on Yugo.
Are there any other cities where you haven't put intel on where you like intel?
Well, I was thinking Yugoslavia, but I'm cracking into them. Why? What have you got in mind?
Just one of Poland's cities. I think Yugoslavia's pretty much done for. Even if he has got some troops, he's just very short on cities right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing
with a bit more force.
I wouldn't mind knowing what navy he's building up. So, I've used all my cash. Okay, fine.
I mean, I could put some intel on splits. If you haven't got any there.
Splits. What country?
In Yugoslavia, just up the coast in Croatia. Well, New Yugoslavia, I guess it's what it's called in this.
Oh, splits on the coast, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you could do, because then I'd know if he's got any boats. Yeah, do that.
Okay. Cool. I'll stick 3 intelligence on there.
Great.
I've got loads of spare cash, so I need to start investing in.
And if I take his city while you've got your intelligence on there, what happens?
I'll get intelligence on you.
Well,
you
can always
think
move
you're going to
them.
take it tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to just stop the navy production because I've become a bit worried about that. But
In
I'm
that
not
case,
sure.
I think I'm going to take off my agents. Do you want info on Poland's navy, perhaps, or one of their main cities?
Yeah, let's go Poland because they're the big threat. Now I've taken out Yugoslavia's capital; they're less so, but still, they've most likely got a lot of units back. Rowclaw, put some on there. Rowclaw, that's where they've got the most infrastructure. Level 5 arms industry, and then I've got one on Bydgoszcz.
Yeah, I could never pronounce that one.
Hope you like the pronunciation. So when it hits midnight, I've got some troops in Greece that I can move up. Oh wow!
I'm going to put some on Lublin, just because it's one of the closest cities.
So I've got 2 troops on Athens, and they're almost dead. But I'm pretty sure they didn't get hit by the Chosen overnight. That's really worrying. I wonder if someone's hit them with a boat. Let's have a look at my other cities.
It's on 33%. Did it go rogue last night? Oh, did you not clock that?
I don't think so, because I did have a look, but I may have missed it. And I can't imagine it would take 2... The 2 troops there were at full health, I thought. The Chosen don't take you down to that. They're a bit rubbish. Maybe they must have come out with a big unit or... Cool.
Definitely need some more investigation. That's something dodgy going on there.
That's really worrying.
Yeah, I've just been... I've been looking around Europe. There's been a few more little developments to take note of. Firstly, poor Ukraine. The Chosen have pushed down from some of Russia's territory to take the Ekaterinburg complex. Quite a key target that he still held. So he's very short on cities now. He's got Moscow, Kiev, Odessa, the Lviv complex, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Hasn't moved his capital
Italy
yet.
has pushed into Italy's pushed into Paris. Ireland has moved into Spain. So
and
France is
you missed the big one.
Yeah, no, I certainly didn't.
Go on then.
Norway is pushed right up to Belarus.
Norway has invaded the former Ukraine. Oh dear. So Norway and Ireland have cracked into Europe now. We've given them their opening and they're taking it. Oh my God. I'm definitely going to need help with this because I'm pretty much fighting 2 coalitions and some random countries, certainly Yugoslavia and Italy, all by myself. But I know you are too. You're taking on the Mozambique coalition on your own. They've got Madagascar and Cameroon. Then you've got all these little countries that don't seem too active. But you never know. They'll probably have quite a lot of troops around. You've helped me with Ukraine. I'm really smashed there. It's weakened the Polish-France Ukraine alliance. But Poland are incredibly strong and they're building back. And then behind them we've got Ireland and Norway just taking advantage of the chaos and the weakness, and they're slowly expanding and building their armies, and they're going to be really, really, really difficult. Really difficult because I'll be weakened from my attack with the initial alliance, and then we've got another alliance coming in, so it's kind of like a double whammy. And then look, we've got Tim out here. Look, what on earth is he doing? He's got tons and tons of troops and lots going on, and he is just like an infection spreading through the Middle East. Nothing is going to stop him. Look at that. Level 4 troops now, which I think I saw. That's what you've got, Jonathan. He's near a victory site. Do you think he'll take that?
Yeah, he definitely will, and that will help us out on our journey to 8,000 points. We'll need a few of those, and this will give him more fuel, which we don't really need at all, but
no
points. I think he should double back on himself and take Turkmenistan, take all of Kazakhstan, and then move through the Ukraine. But hang on, isn't Kazakhstan part of yet another coalition, or am I thinking of a different game I'm in?
We're going to have to read up on our coalitions. At least I've got a bit of a buffer zone called the Chosen in between me and Norway. That's something. Then the Chosen are up here as well, land grabbing. So Norway...
Kazakhstan isn't part of a coalition.
Okay.
So that'll be fine.
Yeah, he's got a few kind of like maybe easy countries to get through, but once he hits New Zealand and China, I think he's going to have problems, and New Zealand's looking pretty strong. Spreading in the south. They've taken that city now in the Antarctic. So they're a big player coming in. China as well, they like to have big stacks. And then Japan in the Norway coalition, who have all of a sudden become active again, started spreading. So there's quite a lot of danger out there in the world. I feel as though the world is more dangerous today than it was a week ago or yesterday.
Definitely.
I need more of everything. I need more boats. I need way more tanks. But I've got a couple of rocket launchers now, and I've got the anti-air coming out. So that's really going to help. It's going to help me feel a bit more robust against Poland and being caught in the, being caught in the open. So what am I going to need the most? Maybe anti-air. What's the next anti-air upgrade? Oh, gives you 5.5 against helicopters. That would be pretty nice. Or the next rocket launcher gives you an extra half an attack maybe against stuff, or is it just more hit points? Oh, it's more range. So 85 range instead of 75, so we hit people from further away. Or I can go for my Sheridan tank, my main stack. What does that do? I think a bit of... increases their hit points. What do you think my priority?
I think you should go for the rocket launchers.
Do you? Go on then, I'll just go with what you say. I was more leaning toward the Sheridan tank, but I've done the rocket launcher. We'll go with that decision, live and direct. What are you researching at the moment?
I'm currently researching my first rocket launchers too, and the upgrade to my mobile radar. Um, and I'm focusing more on building troops, so I've got some air superiority on the way, some more strike fighters, some more basic troops, and some more radar. Just trying to get that last one out before the upgrade hits to save on the cost of it, essentially. Not building any ships at the minute, so after I focused a bit more on the land, then I'll turn and think towards what I want to be doing with my boats. But for now, if there is a naval incursion, I'll be looking for some help from you too. It's not what
Yeah.
I'm expecting though, to be honest. Not for a while at least.
An attack on one is an attack on us all, Jonathan.
Yeah.
We'll come to your aid for sure.
Tim has got 5 corvettes, and I've got 4, which I'll be able to mobilise. Mainly just the boats are stopping any rogue troops coming in and harassing us. But Japan, who's part of the Norway and Ireland coalition, he may come with a fleet eventually. Never know.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I've got a very strong fleet. I think my focus needs to be more on land troops now instead of navy, because I've got the navy to defend, but I need the land troops to go out there into Europe now and do a really big, strong attack, especially with Norway cracking into mainland Europe now. And then, yeah, to get Ireland, we're going to have a good navy. They'll be building a good navy for sure. They must be. Although, God, look, Ireland are rubbish. Their infrastructure's not... Oh, no. I was looking at their UK. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, their infrastructure's quite good. Arms industry level 5. And they've got a level 3 naval base. Level 2. Got a hospital. Quite good arms industry upgrades. Air base level 2. Yeah, they've got a reasonable amount of stuff going on. Then we've got the Americans, haven't we? I think they're going to crack into Brazil first. Brazil are really taking over. They're leaving Argentina alone. Makes me think they are teaming up. They need to survive. Oh, look. And they've gone into Antarctic. Brazil have gone into Antarctic. Oh! Norway. Norway are there.
Oh my God, everyone's trying to colonise it.
Norway
Whoa,
are in the
this
far
is gonna get
western
interesting.
Antarctic. Yeah, what's the advantage? It's got an airbase. Norway's got an airbase.
I'm really not sure.
I think Norway are planning to invade South America. No wonder they've been so quiet if they've been sending stuff all the way down there. Or they've got that southern base to crack into South Africa from that side. What on earth are Norway doing all the way over there? Why would you do that?
I mean, if any one of these people can successfully colonize all of the Antarctic, then you can essentially move troops anywhere around the world via airports without having to go over any of your competition. But they will have to duke it out down there before they can achieve that. And there's lots and lots of tundra, which provides debuffs and takes ages to conquer. And the question is, is it really worth investing all that time and effort in taking it?
To fight
I'm certainly not going to go down there.
Yeah, I won't go. I don't see the value yet, but I can see the value if that makes sense. There's going to be a few wars fought down there, and we can certainly leave that to other people. Argentina are down there as well. Argentina, Brazil, Norway, with an airbase already. So maybe that will help them take and maintain that hold. Who knows? And New Zealand over here. New Zealand have the biggest hold so far. Oh, the game gets more and more interesting. I'm happy we're on this one because there's a fair old bit of competition action and problems to overcome. And I don't know what Yugoslavia is going to do. They were pretty angry and they had some pretty strong units, so I don't know what they've got left. They're losing their capital means they'll have taken a serious debuff on morale. So 64% in Neum, in Split 64. Yeah, pretty much 64% everywhere. And if you have a look, and some of the outer lying ones even worse, 39, 29%. But the home cities, 64%. And if you look at my home cities, they're up to about 83%. So he'll be producing units very much slower. and fewer resources and all that. So it's kind of crippled him. And then I need to take a good couple out of the 5 home cities altogether, at least, just to really hammer home that crippling blow. So it looks like he's got 5 homeland cities, and then they've expanded north. Yeah, what's Novi Sad? That's occupied. See, Novi Sad is a critical city for me to take because it's the only way in to where I am from Poland. And then once I've got Novi Sad, I'll go after Timisoara and the airbase there. That's the plan. Ideally, I'd go after Timisoara a lot sooner, but I feel as though I have to take on Yugoslavia. It's an interesting game. Any other thoughts, Jonathan?
Yeah, mainly I'm just thinking the reason we need to take out Turkmenistan, we need to move into Ukraine just to make sure if Norway push down that they aren't going to sit right next to your home cities in this little Russian territory here. We just want to widen the area around us as much as possible. I feel like, we've got a good amount of land to the east and the south now. I need to sort out the southwest, and Tim needs to sort out the north and the northeast, and you're currently cracking into the northwest.
Yeah, so we'll ask Tim if he can crack into Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan and just maybe buff that sort of northeastern flank. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, and then by the time he's done that, both of you may be head-to-head with
Norway.
Yeah. And that would be a lot easier to deal with. And meanwhile, who knows what's going to be going on with these other countries, but it looks like New Zealand is about to go head-to-head with Uyghur. So maybe let them go head-to-head.
Yeah.
Instead of distracting them and whatever country and giving New Zealand an easier time to push up.
Yeah, they don't have much going on, Uyghurs. I've got a feeling New Zealand are in bed with China. They've nearly
Certainly
polished off Myanmar, haven't they?
Yeah.
So who knows where they might go next. So if they go Uyghur, they'll buff up against Tim. Then that's kind of where they have left to go, although they are cracking into the Philippines. Is this Philippines? Oh no, look, Australia have that. So it's going to be New Zealand, Australia, and China, isn't it? Yeah, so Australia have done a little bit in the Philippines. Is it Philippines? Yeah.
It would kind of naturally make sense for them to take Greater Tamalakam, the Marathi Federation, all of that land, which means, like, in the future, their forward operating base might be around, like, Sri Lanka, if they're looking to move boats towards us. And then it would make sense for China to move up to take Mongolia and Manchuria, maybe Chukotka and Siberia, if they've got a lot of time to spend moving troops throughout there. But Tim's done a great job of taking Afghanistan and Pakistan, so he's got lots of lands in between him and them. So just as long as he's got his waters properly defended, then there's no threat of a home invasion.
This is where the Suez Canal and the entrance to his home cities are going to be really, really critical. You two will be up against a mighty force.
Certainly will.
A mighty naval force. So it's all kicking off. We've got, danger from all sides now. Pretty strong alliances building up. And it's only going to get more and more difficult. But we're expanding nicely. So we'll see how we get on. I think that's a cracking episode for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night, Christmas night. Happy Christmas Eve to you all. It's goodbye from me.
Merry Christmas from me too. Goodbye.
Over and out.